TCR Asia Series. We're here already. It is the penultimate event of the third season of the Regional Championship, and what a season it has been. The action has been incredible. The event we're all waiting for from the start of the season when it was first announced at Bang Sen. The Grand Prix circuit in Thailand delivered more action than we'd seen in 2 previous seasons of the TCR Asia Series, and that has really opened the championship up as we come back to Shanghai for the second time in 3 years for TCR Asia. This weekend, combined field. TCR China, their second event of the new national championship, along with the third season of the TCR Asia Series. And qualifying a little bit earlier today, well, he's done it. It's the 4th time this year from 5 events that Kandidi Kasiri has set the fastest time in qualifying. There he is on screen. His team talking to him about what he needs to do this weekend. He is trying to rebuild a championship because he won the very first round of the season, kicked off the year for Liqui Team Engstler as the replacement for Andy Yan, the outgoing champion who has not been seen this year in TCR Asia, but he's in the field this weekend as the man leading the TCR China Championship points, driving for the new faster Audi team. He's not in a Liqui Team Engstler Volkswagen, but the very car he won the championship in last year, the car of Andy Yan, being well driven this season by Kandidi Kasiri, will start from pole position in this race. Championship points leader coming in, WS Lai. He has 113 points. After qualifying, Tin Srichai has closed that lead down to just 3.5 points, 109.5. Diego Moran, third on 103 points, and Kandidi Kasiri, by setting pole, has also closed the gap down. Now just 13 points separating the top 4 drivers in this field, and there's still 100 points up for grabs between now and the end of the season, which will come the Zhejiang International Circuit, our first visit there in October. But right now it is Shanghai, and we are getting ready for a start. A typhoon in nearby Hong Kong that stretched through to mainland China. That had created a little bit of havoc with weather, certainly with a lot of people getting to the circuit for this weekend. But it has cleared. We expected rain. The initial prediction was rain every day. We've not seen it yet. A few light showers, but in practice we saw a very, very quick pace. Let's check the documents. I think it was a 219.21. Tin Srichai's pole position this time last year, the first time we were here for TCR Asia in China. That was absolutely slaughtered during practice and then in qualifying. Today we saw that mark lowered for this race, 2:17.209 by Kandidi Kasiri. He took pole position. Starting alongside him in this race, the blue and yellow car, that is Andy Yan, the reigning TCR Asia Series champion and the championship points leader for TCR China. He's driving for the new faster Audi team. He will start from position 2. Alex Wee and Ma Qinghua sharing the number 31 Teamwork Motorsport entry. Of course, Teamwork Motorsport, a big part of the 2016 TCR Asia Series. They elected to join TCR China for this year. They will start from position number 3. Diego Moran, who led the championship for much of this year in TCR Asia, the Ecuadorian, the second car in the Liqui Team Engstler team, will start from position 4. To position 5, Tin Srichai, who has won 3 events of TCR Asia this year and won both races at Bang Sen. Position 5 for the young Thai driver, but 1.8 seconds, it's almost light years slower than his compatriot Kandidi Kasiri on pole. In fact, the series time, 2:17.2, was 1.4 seconds faster than Andy Yan in the number 82 Audi. Position 6, Sunny Wong and Alex Fung will start in the number 62 Volkswagen Golf for Teamwork Motorsport. The number 7 entry, sorry, the number 66 entry rather, the Audi RS3 from the Track Fun Linky Racing operation from TCR China, position 7. Philippe Souza, of course, we saw him last year also racing for Liqui Team Engstler, to start from position number 8. Position 9, the new faster Volkswagen Golf GTI, the number 21 entry. Position 10, Jasper Dong, the 17-year-old from Hong Kong, driving for Audi Hong Kong, a winner of round number 3 of the championship in Shanghai, the first ever winner. Historical moment for TCR Asia and for Jasper Dong, the 17-year-old, the very first winner worldwide in the Audi RS3 LMS TCR. Position 11, Douglas Koo, and what a drive that was for the Viper Nisa Racing team boss. That's been coming a long time, and it was well deserved to see him in position 11. Eric Kay for Elegant Racing, also a winner. He was winner of round 6 of the championship in the wet. An inspired choice by that team to start on wet weather tyres, as the field now is let go to start round 9 of the championship. 10 lap is the race distance, 20-car field again. TCR Asia and TCR China here this weekend. Position number 13. WS Live well down on where the R Engineering team boss and the championship points leader wanted to be, struggling a little bit with all sorts of things on his first visit to Shanghai International Circuit. Admitted that braking was really creating a bit of an issue for him. KK Wong has taken over the 99 entry for the Elegant Racing team, subbing for Alex Newton, who was here earlier in the week but had to race back to Macau. It's the man who placed second behind his teammate Eric Kay for round 6 of the championship. Watching this on screen, so hope all is well with him back at home in Macau. Terry Wong, we saw him earlier in the year driving for the TSRT team, driving for New Faster in an Audi RS3 LMS TCR, starting from position 15. The number 58 Volkswagen Golf of HE Racing will start from position 16. Position 17, the AVM Racing Seat Leon, white and green car, number 791. Position 18, will be David Deng in the Leo 109 Racing Audi RS3 LMS TCR. The Leo 109 Racing Volkswagen will start from position number 19, the 77 entry. And Abdul Katir will bring up the rear of this field, the man who is leading the TCR Cup points for the TCR Asia Series this year. An engine change overnight. They had dramas with a rear screen braking on the car. A slight error by the team, which saw the rear window smash yesterday. They've had to fabricate something overnight to make it fit, because that model of Honda Civic doesn't exist locally. They weren't able to get a replacement screen, so they've had to make something work. And they got him out for qualifying 1. Qualifying 1 didn't end so well, that's why he's starting rear of field. They had a miss in the engine, rectified it for qualifying 2, and he will start further forward in race 2 tomorrow. The second 10-lap race, round 10 of the championship, will start 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, China time. So check your guides for that. There'll be updates on Facebook and Twitter and other social media. So for those of you joining us live on Facebook, welcome. Fingers crossed we're not going to go through the dramas we saw at the opening race, round 8 of the championship at Bang Sen, just under 2 months ago, where Kennedy Kasiri, boom, was starting from pole position, moved across on 10th Street Try. They made contact. They both went sideways effectively in front of the entire field behind them, 14 cars, and there was bedlam ensued just 100 metres past the start on the run down to turn 1 at Bang Sen, and that wiped out, well, it eliminated 3 cars, but almost every car in the field was involved in some level of contact. We don't want to see that. Many of these drivers haven't raced together before. A big mixed bag, drivers that have come out of prototypes, touring cars, production cars, some of which are very well versed with the local region, some of whom have competed against each other hard and fast over many, many years. But you put the whole field together, and many of these drivers have not actually had the opportunity to battle wheel to wheel against each other. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. A very wide circuit, of course, Herman Tilke built Formula One venue. This is the home of the Chinese Formula One Grand Prix. These aren't Formula One cars, but sometimes the drivers do tend to push them like they think they are driving an F1 machine. But very, very different dynamics for a front-wheel drive 2-litre turbo touring car. And we will watch the start unfold. Standing start again for the TCR series. 2 10-lap races this weekend at Shanghai International Circuit for the penultimate event of the 2017 TCR Asia Series. We're only just got into, well, we're not quite September, we're still in August, getting ready for a start. Watch the green flag at the rear. Let's watch AK in front of my commentary position here, trying to get himself into position. He looks right now. Number 9 entry is just struggling to get itself sorted. Once everybody's ready and in place, We will be underway for a 10-lap journey, and fingers crossed we can get down to turn 1 and that tight turn 1, 2, 3 section here at Shanghai International Circuit. Green flag is up. The lights will be on, and when the lights are out, we are away for round 9 of the 2017 TCR Asia Series. Also round 4 rather, of TCR China. Red lights. We're ready to go, and green lights, we're away. Who's got the best jump? Has Andy Yan managed to take the jump on Kennedy Kasiri? Looks like he has too. The local driver who won here just a couple of weeks ago during the very first event of TCR China is going to take the lead down to turn 1. They're not competing against each other, 4 points in each of their respective series. Oh, what a big contact there further back in the field. That is the elegant racing entry of Eric Kwong, the winner of round 6 of the championship. Is out of this race. More contact midfield. That's the championship points leader and Jasper Dom have come together on the run through turn 2. That is diabolical. That's not what they need. Hopefully there's no damage to the left front damage to the R Engineering number 39 entry of the championship points leader WS Lai. That is the number 9 Audi, stopped up on the top of the banking, the highest point of the circuit. And it looks like David Deng will take no further part. We'll see how that goes. The battle goes on. That's Tin Stritch right now, looking to try and find a way through. That may be the teamwork entry of Ma Qinghua and Alex Wee. Oh, drama for WS Lai. This is not what we wanted to see. This is not how to keep his championship going. Eric Kay, he's pulled up. This will be safety car with this amount of carnage on the circuit already. It's not the safety car we're looking at. Of course, that's the course car at the rear of the field, the medical car, just to make sure that everybody is okay. Eric Kay walking away frustrated. And David Deng, that is game over for him too in the Leo 109. Liquid Moly entry at the front of the field though. Andy Yan under fire from Kennedy Kasiri. These are the 2 drivers we expected to battle at the front of this field. Now, trophies are given out for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. The podium will be as per the race finish, but there will be 2 winners, a winner for the TCR Asia Series and a winner, of course, for TCR China. But what does the horsepower do for the Liquid Moly Volkswagen on the run down the back straight and into the braking point for turn 14? No, Kasiri hasn't got it there just yet. Diego Moran in position 3, so it's the Liquid Moly Team Engsler teammates in positions number 2 and 3. They will start the race tomorrow from positions 1 and 2. That was a little bit tight as he just turned into the apex. Still very busy in the middle of the field. No indication yet we have a safety car. Yes, I can see a safety car board just in front of me here at the start-finish line. So that will bring the field back under control. I'm assuming that's an SC board that I can see. I can just see the back of it. No indication yet, so I'm sorry if I'm preempting things. It's not up to me to make the call. We'll see what the race director says. They seem to certainly be firing down into turn 1 quite comfortably. There's no flag with that whiteboard. Anyway, I'll take a guess as to what that may have been, but at the front of the field, Andy Yan continues to fire out at the lead of this race. 1 lap down, Kennedy Kasiri tucked under his rear wing. Neither of these drivers need to do anything silly. 2 race wins already for Andy Yan in TCR China. They run a slightly different format to TCR Asia, 2 sprint races followed by a 60-minute race where they have the ability to campaign 2 drivers. Very similar to the one of the European championships for TCR. TCR Asia, we're all about sprint racing. 2 sprint races, and there is the ailing WS Lai. This is not the way he wanted to start this weekend. Was still leading the championship points. And what this will do is, oh, there's a tyre in the middle of the corner, heading down to, looks like it might be turn 8 and 9. And that's not what the drivers wanted to be looking at as they fired through a fairly blind part of the circuit through turn 7, as now Kasiri's down the inside to try and take the position away at turn 11, but Andy Yan knows this place backwards. This many people consider as his home track, and how about Kasiri, if you don't mind? Thanks very much. Up the inside in the crossover, and will he manage to close the door on the exit? Then it'll be a long drag race from turn 13 all the way down to turn 14. And maybe Andy Yan decided, well, that's enough. I'll sit in second as the championship points leader wanders down into pit lane. So that was a tyre casing. It's a good thing there wasn't a rim attached to that, but that may in fact have been WS Lai's tyre. The Malaysian coming into pit lane, he's not having a great weekend as he's managed to protect that position into turn 14. And Kennedy Kasiri back at the front of this field, and he's in desperate need of good championship points after the disappointment of Bang Seng, where he's off the podium. Unfortunately for him, in both races, partly due to some penalties that he had to pay in round number 8 after the drama in round 7. There is WS Light, the team just checking there's no further damage to the left front of that car. They're certainly hurrying to get their job done in a sprint race like this on a circuit like Shanghai International Circuit, 5.453 kilometres. He's already gone a lap down. It's going to be very difficult for him to fight back, even if there is a safety car intervention. The whiteboard is still out. Not quite sure what that is showing to the drivers as they cross the start-finish line. We'll have an issue with somebody, but we are now on lap 3 of 10 for round number 9 of TCR Asia. 0.2 of a second is the lead that Kennedy Kasiri has. A little bit over that, 2700ths in fact, over Andy Yan. Third, Diego Moran, 4 seconds back from the race lead. Position number 14, Srichrai, is all over the back of Diego Moran. There's Douglas Koo, shown in position number 11, the Vipanese racing driver who did such a brilliant job during both qualifying stanzas. Out-qualified both Tim Srichrai and WS Lai, the championship points leader for round 10 of the championship. As Andy Yan is, well, that's not Andy Yan, that's Tim Srichrai, has just managed to sneak through. Or is that Sonny Wong in the number 62 entry? Monstering the tail of Srichrai. It's suggesting that Srichrai has moved forward. That is in fact Terry Huang in the 81 entry. So Terry Huang looking very racy. We saw him in the colours of TSRT appear for rounds 3 and 4 of the championship at Zhuhai. Ran very, very strongly. David Chen too as part of that team. And good to see Terry Huang back in an Audi and racing as part of TCR China, and very, very competitive. Currently in position number 5 in this race, 9 seconds down from the race leader. Sonny Wong in the number 62 entry is in position number 6. Philippe Sousa's 26 entry is in position number 7. And it's the number 21 TCR China entry. And that is Hao Wang behind the wheel. The new, faster Volkswagen is holding down position number 8. So let's take a look, a replay at the start, and a drag race between between Andy Yan left of screen and right of screen. Just tucking in behind Yan there is Kennedy Kasiri, the lead driver and the pole sitter for TCR Asia for this round. A little bit of contact further back. You can just see, yeah, a bit of a lock-up, but I think there might have been some contact further back that put Eric Kay off position. He's dived into that tail-end pack, made contact to the left front. Looks like it's broken an upright, or certainly some suspension arms. Now let's look further back. It's a little bit busy there. Oh, not quite sure what happened at the start of that, but you had both Jasper Thong and WS Lai spinning, and Jasper wasn't in the greatest of positions. That hasn't helped his forward progress. He's fired back to position number 14 now. 2:21 last time round. Not too far off his qualifying pace, but for Lai Wei Sing, the R Engineering Team Boss Championship points leader, well, he looks like he is still circulating 4:11 last time round, so he may well be out on circuit. We'll keep a close eye on the timing monitor. It's giving me some interesting indications. The 66 and 31 entry, well, that is Alex Wee and Ma Qinghua. That was expected to be one of the big challenges. The number 31 Teamwork Motorsport entry, in fact, started right towards the front of this field. There it is on screen. Thank you very much. That was good timing by the director just to bring that through. And they started off the second row, qualified third for this race. Great battle between that car and Diego Moran for second and third during the qualifying sessions. That's not good look. That's the 77 entry. Wahoo. There's not much wahoo going on in that car right at the moment. The Leo 109 entry. He's a rookie in this series, so may have had a spin. Yeah, that's why he doesn't have an awful lot of forward momentum right at the moment. He's coming through turn 7, and he will gather things back up, but been learning. That's what TCR is about. Such a good category for drivers without the experience of pros like Andy Yan and Kennedy Kasiri to be able to step into these cars and be quite comfortable. That's why it was such a great thing to see Douglas Koo, the number 65 Vipanese racing Seat Leon, qualifying right in and amongst, and in fact faster than the championship points leader. He is a veteran in this championship. Shanghai and Hong UK. They are not going to take any further parts at the moment in the Track Fun Linky Racing Audi RS3 LMS TCR. But a great result to see Douglas Koo doing what he had done. So if we do have a quick check of the positions for the relative championships. Now, something's happened to Andy Yan last time round, because he's now 3.8 seconds back down the road. Only 2.7 seconds now separates Diego Moran from Andy Yan. Now that is Abdul Katir. Now AK is currently in position number 10, so he's moved himself from the rear of the field into position number 10. He's got the number 21 Volkswagen Team Faster entry. Flashing the lights is the Malaysian. He wants through. He is the reigning TCR Cup points leader in a battle that he's been having all season with Jasper Thong. Jasper Thong through to position 14 after that spin at turn number 2. So Kennedy Kassiri, 3.8 seconds now up the road. He is leading for TCR Asia. Second in TCR Asia, Diego Moran, his teammate for the Kumoli Team Angstler operation. Tin Sritrai, currently position number 3. He was feeling a little bit embattled earlier in the weekend. That the change to BOP for the Honda had slowed the car down. And he said, there's no way I think I can get within a second of a lap. A second of the lap time of Kennedy Kassiri. Teeth back in. And he said Kassiri's pace is just too quick with the penalty we're carrying. We've got increased weight, and the car isn't quite as quick as it had been earlier in the year, but that's what it's about. That's what its balance of performance is all about. So Sritray was not sure he'd make the podium, but currently standing in position number 3, 5th outright. Position 3 in TCR Asia. Position number 4 in TCR Asia. They're now in the 991 entry. KK Wong making his debut for the Elegant Racing Team, having taken over from Alex New. Abdul Katir, position number 5 in TCR Asia. Yes, that's right, and leading the TCR Asia Cup. Position number 6 is Douglas Koo, second in the TCR Cup. And that would be position number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, don't mind me. Position number 6 in TCR Asia. We'll go across to TCR China. Andy Yan is comfortably leading now, 5.8 seconds down, just 1.6 seconds now ahead of Diego Moran. Well clear though of Terry Huang in the number 81 entry, his teammate. Terry Huang, victory in the opening round of TCR China sprint race here at Shanghai 2 weeks ago. Third in TCR China is Sunny Wong, number 62 entry for Teamwork Motorsport, the second team entry to the 31 car, which we saw back in pit lane, and it is still marked with a big blue P next to it at the moment, given that WSLI has not moved any further forwards. He said that some of the numbers have changed. No, that is the difference. So I would say that the our engineering team boss is probably retired that car. They want to make sure that all damage is repaired properly. They may send him out for some sighting laps, because his first time here, like a number of the drivers in TCR Asia. Abdul Katir had not been here previously, because Diego Moran, he was another rookie here at this circuit. What a great job he did, but the one that was the standout, of course, was Kennedy Kassiri, the former. Oh yeah, I've just seen WSLI screen past, so those numbers will change shortly. He is back on track, and that's good news. He's just jumped up to position number 16, 3 laps now on the field. So clearly the R Engineering team have checked the car and sent him back out again. You can see the visible gap now between the number 2 car, Kennedy Kassiri, heading for his second win of the year, as now that is Diego Moran all over the back of Andy Yan. Andy Yan had probably been wondering why he hadn't stayed with the Kumoli Team Angstler operation for this weekend, because clearly they have taken the data that he set last year with that car and gone another step. In fact, talking to Kennedy Kassiri after qualifying, he said the good thing about having taken the wheel from Andy Yan this year is we had that data to work with, and he said we've just improved it from there. And what an experienced operation the Kumoli Team Angstler are. Of course, running cars all over the world, from the Middle East to the various European championships in TCR, and have been competitors for many, many years in touring cars. They know how to set these cars up. There is what a former colleague of mine used to regularly refer to as the yin-yang section, through turns 1, 2 and 3. Going to turn 4 now, and that is Diego Moran. Now Diego's a clever operator. He debuted in TCR Asia this year, had never driven the car before. The Ecuadorian, of course, a former champion in his home country. He'd taken to it very, very nicely, won the second round of the season, led the championship points up to the mid part of the year, back a little bit after Banks End, but you can't blame him for that, given that it is such a tough circuit to master. Tim Stritcher, I will tell you that he had a little bit of luck with his 2 victories. Some of that luck included Jasper Thong being cleaned up by WSLI in the closing stages of race 2. So Diego Moran, being a clever operator, will do what he can if he's going to make a pass, to make that pass and make it cleanly, because he's not battling Andy Yan for position, but he'd like to have on his resume that he went toe-to-toe with the very experienced campaigner, a driver with multiple China Touring Car Championship titles to his name and the reigning TCR Asia Series champion, and taken a victory from him at what Andy Yan often refers to as his home circuit here at Shanghai. That would work very, very nicely on Diego Moran's resume. And he's got the inside run now, very similar to the move to the one he would have watched his teammate Kennedy Kasiri make on Andy Yan. Yan's a busy man this weekend, also driving in the FRD LMP3 series, so 2 very, very different cars. Having said that, recently we saw an LMP3 drive being undertaken by Douglas Koo. He wondered too whether or not that would affect his performance in a TCR car. It seems to have affected his performance well and truly in the positive, because he has been able to qualify in this 20-car field well within reach of the top 10, and in fact qualifies for tomorrow's race for a start on the 5th row. He said his team told him he was P4 for TCR Asia after qualifying. He said, I thought they were telling me that I was 4th in the TCR Cup standings. He said, I had no idea I'd be quicker than both WSLI, the championship points leader, and Tim Stritcher, a 3-time winner of TCR Asia. He said, I was very, very happy and very proud to do it. So clearly extra racing miles, whether it's an LMP3 or a touring car, has been good. There's AK going very, very wide. Now into the top 10. A good drive, still leading. No, he's not leading the TCR Cup, TCR Asia Cup points. KK Wong on his debut for the Elegant Racing team is in position number 9. So it's the next man ahead. It's about 4 seconds up the road from AK, so he really needs to push hard. Now that he's taken the position, that's now up to position 9. Oh, very wide, a little bit tail happy almost for the number 23 R Engineering Honda coming out of turn 3. And a broader smile you will never see than Abdul Katir. One of the happiest men up and down pit lane. Well, I have to say, after the start of round 7 of the championship at Banks End, when his car was cleaned up through no fault of his own, forced into the rear of another car, did a lot of damage to the front of the number 23 entry. He was out. He was absolutely shattered. And at the end of that weekend, the smile had turned into somewhat of a grimace. And he was just happy to have got through it and kept his TCR Cup points alive. So he really is looking forward to better things, and had been the standout performer of the 2 R Engineering Honda drivers this weekend. In fact, is also a winner. Even though WSLI came into this round leading the championship points, he had not taken victory. He has not taken a victory in the championship yet. We're now going to be, well, in just a lap or so's time, 2 laps, a bit over 2 laps time. Right, over a lap. It looks very likely 9 rounds in, he will still not have a race win to his name, as that's Terry Wang taking his teammate. These 2 drivers shared the 3 victories in the opening event of TCR China. That was a little bit of a rough move on the apex of turn 14 for Andy Yan, so it could be that Terry Wang's going to have to give the position back. No, he's taken it away. So that is a good result for the Chinese driver, now up into position 3, so he will have an outright podium as they head on to what should be the last lap of this race. 9 laps down. And my other timing monitor is telling me we're 8 laps down, so we will see how this one ends up. I have the officials right in front of the window here of the commentary position, so I'll certainly see the checkered flag when it comes. So Kennedy Kasiri, 11.3 seconds up now. Fastest lap at 2:17.4, if you don't mind. His pole time was at 2:17.2 last time round, 2:19.3. In fact, the top 3 are all in the 2:19s. So Volkswagen, Audi, Honda. Tim Stritcher, position number 5. He will be on the podium and take 3rd position points for TCR Asia. There are the 2 new faster Audi RS3 LMS TCRs, dominating at this stage certainly the TCR China points. We go back down to the TCR Asia Cup, still about 4 seconds separate KK Wong in the 991 entry in position number 8 in this race, ahead of Abdul Katir in position 9. A good result for the Malaysian, having started from position number 20 in this race. Still 16 cars circulating. The 66, the 31, the 98 and the 9 are out of this race. We hope to see them back for round 10 for tomorrow. And then, of course, later tomorrow, won't be live streamed, but certainly the details will be out on media fairly quickly for the 6th round of TCR China, a 1-hour race late tomorrow afternoon. For TCR Asia, round 10 of the championship, the third last race of the year, will be 10:30 a.m. local time tomorrow. Make sure you join us on Facebook Live and on the internet, wherever you are around the world. But coming to the line, heading through turn 16 now. This is to complete lap number 9. Is Kennedy Kasiri. The last lap board is out. We can all see that one. That's a good way to do that. Both drivers and spectators can tell it is the last lap for the Thai driver. This would be win number 2 for his season. He was one of the big hopes at the start of the year. The two Thai drivers were effectively the favourites, Tin Srichai and Kennedy Kasiri. The first 6 rounds of this season, 6 of 12, there had been 6 different winners. We're talking about Abdul Katir, Jasper Thom, Kennedy Kasiri, Diego Moran. They had all taken wins, of course. So too had Eric Kwong. He had been a winner. And only one I'm missing in that list, I think I've got everybody. Jasper Thom, of course, the first win for Audi. They were your 6 winners. Then we went to Bangsen, back-to-back wins for Tin Srichai. He made him a 3-time winner this year, and this could be another Thai victory for Diego Moran on screen, the Ecuadorian. This is a good haul of points for him, so I think this may well bring the Liqui Moly Team Angstler drivers right back into the title, and could in fact see Kennedy Kasiri leading the championship points, throwing the car around now, enjoying himself out there. He said, all I need to do is finish this race. After the dramas we had in that opening race at Bangsan at home in Thailand, he'd qualified so far ahead of the field, was the pace man, and couldn't get past the first corner. Couldn't even make it to the first corner. He needed championship points to get back into this hunt. He was just 3.5 points. In fact, Tin Srichai was 3.5 points off WSLI coming in. Kennedy Kasiri was 13 points off the championship points lead. He will take 25 points. He will be ahead by 12 points now of WSLI. In fact, Lai will take up points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He will get points for this. So the gap between Lai, who was the leader coming in, and Kennedy Kasiri will be not too great. Very similar to the current 4-point lead he has over Tin Srichai. Srichai will get 3rd. That will move him ahead in points. That could put him to the top of the pops as we go into round 10 of the championship. But the victor, there's no denying Kennedy Kasiri. He's been the form man all weekend, dominated in qualifying, 2 seconds faster than last year's pace, and he takes victory here for Liqui Moly Team Angstler. Second across the line should be Diego Moran, his teammate, who's done a brilliant job, the Ecuadorian. This is very, very well deserved. Will take position 2, 11 seconds further back. Terry Huang, another 3 seconds back for the Chinese driver. Did Andy Yan manage to hang on to position number 4? This will be second for TCR China. No, Tin Srichai has moved himself forward to position 4, so Andy Yan clearly had an issue. So for Srichai, that's still 3rd in TCR Asia. Well, that's the way things have panned out so far. We will head very shortly down to Parc Ferme and talk to the top drivers. But make sure you stick with us. We'll do the driver interviews through to the podium, and then again, round 10 of the TCR Asia Series will be at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, August 27, 2017. Make sure you join us then. Moran, how was that race? A nice result for you to get position 2.
I'm quite happy. Very nice race. My start was not good at all. Luckily, I was able to recover the positions I lost in the start in the first lap. So then it was push, try to catch the guys in front. Of course, Boom is always so fast, impossible to catch him this time. But yeah, I was able to catch Jan and pass him and do a safe race. I'm quite happy.
You start from position 2 tomorrow, so you get another chance to do it all over again. How can you take the fight to your teammate?
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow I have to try to pass him on the start or follow him. But yeah, it will be different if I start well. Tomorrow I have to focus on the start. Thank you.
Race winner. That was a very good race. You said the main thing was to get to the finish, and you did that very nicely.
From the beginning, the car was very quick. On the corner, it's very fast, so I can follow the Andy, but the car is more faster than Andy, so that's why I can win today. And thank you to the team, to my manager. The car was perfect for me.
How much was the championship playing on your mind today? Were you thinking about points or thinking about victory?
Yeah, for sure. I have to think about points, but if tomorrow I can do it again, I will try to do it again. Yeah. Thank you. On the start. See, on
the start.
Yeah.
Where's 10 switch on?
มันจะดับแล้ว
Yes, yeah. I'll pull that out.
Now is the podium presentation for TCR Asia Series Round 9. Overall,
All winners are invited onto the podium stage. In third place, Huang Juhan. In second place, Diego Moran. And the winner in first place, Kantiti Kusuri. And the winning team goes to Ligrimoli Team Ensler. We'd like to invite Mr. Patrick Diaz, Michelin Motorsports Director Asia Pacific, to give the prizes. All winners and presenters are invited for the photo shoot together. Thank you, Mr. Patrick Diaz, Michelin Motorsports Director Asia Pacific. All winners are invited to open their champagnes. Now is the podium presentation for TCR Asia Series Round 9 Cup Driver. All winners are invited to the podium. In third place, Jasper Tong. In second place, Abdul Katir. And in first place, Wong Kian Kwan. Once again, we'd like to invite Mr. Patrick Diaz, Michelin Motorsports Director Asia Pacific, to give the prizes. All winners are invited for the photo shoot together. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Patrick Diaz, Michelin Motorsports Director Asia Pacific. All winners are invited to open their champagnes.